30 because I pulled in at like 9:15, but I want to apologize because I know that many of you are avid listeners. We have a lot of episodes coming up. I have pretty much pre-planned my next quite a few episodes, 9 to be exact. So tonight I'm going to tell you what they are. Episode 16 is going to be an Australian retake because I totally screwed up the last one in my eyes. And I'm a perfectionist, as some people say, and that's correct. I like to do it right the first time. If not, well, then I sure as heck better rehash. Episode number 17 will be facts about America and her oldest branch of the military. So, I guess a bunch of you had better look up and figure out, if you're civilians, what that is, and let's see if you're right. Those of you that are right and comment on it, I will give special honorable mention for being correct. Episode 18 is Point Break and the new face of Fight for Our Freedom in radio and our website changes and why it was changed. Because a lot of you want to ask about Fight for Our Freedom, how it began, why it's changing, and what I'm doing to make it go. And also, details about me. Quite often I'm asked, by the way, what I make out of this. Why would someone donate to Fight for Our Freedom? What do I make? You're asking the wrong question. It's more like, what do I spend? In the last 3 years, I've spent $15,000 to $20,000 of my own personal money into this company and not make a dime. That's the reason I work 3 jobs, 95 hours a week, and then run the nonprofit radio show on top of that. So I can pay for our veterans like everybody else should, in my eyes. I feel that the 10 to 20% is my tidings to the Church of Freedom. That's how I look at it, seriously. Because these men and women that were sent by God to protect us are my goal, my mission, that was given to me by God. I don't often go to church because I am working, doing my thing to make money to support veterans again. So I put my 10 to 20% tidings in this company, and then some. So please understand, when you're worried about me making a dime, I don't. And to prefer it, honestly, I hope I never do. But I know that sometime it will get to that point where I will want to do this full time. And then there will have to be a paycheck of some sort to sustain me and my family. I understand that fully. I spent hours one night researching what CEOs make of nonprofits, and it was quite appalling, to be honest. I felt bad taking $30,000 to $35,000, which is what I make in a year, now $50,000 because of 3 jobs. I still felt bad. The lowest paid CEO of any nonprofit in America, last I checked, was $53,400, all the way up to almost $3 million a year. I'll be honest, folks, at $50,000 I'd be just fine. That would be high for me. Because by the time my nonprofit gets big enough to pay me, I will have worked hard enough to probably pay off my own home and not have to worry so much. That's my goal, is to cushion this company as much I can, put as much blood, sweat, tears, and love into it as I can, because that's what they do for me, and they don't even know me. But by God, you better believe I hope they do get to know me. I want to meet every veteran we have on the ground in every nation that is allied. That is my goal. Any of you that are listening probably think it's crazy that any man would single-handedly want to meet millions of veterans, probably, 50, 60 million. How long would it take? I've reached over 7,347 currently in 3 years. Tell me, how long will it take? How fast can you tell them thank you? How fast can you say I love you for what you've done? 5 minutes of their time is all you have to do, and 5 minutes of yours in return. That's all I'm asking. So that's why episode 18 is Point Break and the face of Fight for Our Freedom in radio and the website changes. Episode 19 will be the Children of America, because we are doing this episodes and this company and everything we do as civilians and those who are veterans for our children. If we fail this threshold that we are at between decency and indecency, we will fail our children. we will doom them to damnation on earth before hell ever comes. I just want you to understand that. Episode 20. The United Kingdom and Her Majesty's military and their branches. Now, when I say branches, you're going to say, oh, they only have an army, or oh, they have an air force, or whatever. I'm including SAS and divisions, okay? All right. Episode 21, service animals and their value in the field, and also personal effects on veterans from service animals. Episode 22, Canada and their amazing country and its fighting forces. Episode 23, homework for citizens of the free world. That means, what homework should you do as a citizen? What should you take responsibility for, you knowing or not knowing? Episode 24, who is the IDF? Wonder how many of you know anything about the IDF. And I would also like to add that if there is any Allied veteran that has served with another country's veterans, find me. Send a message to Fight for Our Freedom. Send a message to Dangerous Grounds and tell them to get it to Greg. Either way, send me a message. I want to know who you've served with. I want to know how this is interconnected. Understand that the land that I have in Utah is designated to be a reconnection center and a retreat for veterans. That is the final goal right now. There will be more goals later. That means that if a Canadian and an American and an Australian serve together in, say, Vietnam, and they all want to see each other but never got a chance, they all saved each other's lives, that would be the goal, would be to fly them to Utah, have a retreat together, go hunting together, and see people that you haven't seen in 20 or 30 years of your life or more. Could you imagine how amazing that would be as someone like me to sit there and watch that and realize what you've done for them? At least you can give them a little bit back of what they've given you. That's why we're pushing our fundraiser so hard right now. I hate asking for anyone's money. That's why I put my own in it. But if you go to Fight for Our Freedom on Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/FightForOurFreedom, we're currently running a fundraiser for it. You also can find me, Greg Birch. I'm running the fundraiser as well on my page. We have not run it on DGN because I have not yet talked to Brian about it, because he has his own fundraisers. Did not want to get there yet. I will tonight, because I just spoke about it. It's his call. If he wants to put it on there, we can put it on there. But the point is, I need your help. We need your help. We can't do this without America. We can't do this without Canada, France, Australia, the United Kingdom, or Israel supporting the people that fight with them. If you help, I'm going to know where you came from. I'm going to know who your people are. Understand that my focus is to connect all of you as one big mission. We don't have to do Americans for America on this kind of a thing, people. What we need to do is bless everyone. So, God bless our allies. Because it's about doing the right thing. And we need to learn a little bit more decency and a little bit more respect for those who serve. So I'm going to keep researching even more and give you one last thing.
New tonight, an investigation at a Central Florida Walmart is trying to find out how a St. Cloud police officer was denied service simply for showing up in uniform.
It's really a wild story. The story has a lot of folks talking, in fact, tonight in Osceola County online. Channel 9's Field Sutton tracked down some of the details on this one. In Field, people in St. Cloud had been hoping that this was just a rumor.
And for a while it was, but I spent the week talking with St. Cloud Police and with Walmart's corporate offices about what happened here, and it turns out this rumor is true. I'm still working to get some of the details, but tonight Eyewitness News has confirmed that officer walked into this Walmart on 13th Street one day, grabbed what he needed, and then headed for the checkout. The officer later told a friend his cashier pointed to her skin color, told him she wouldn't ring up his items. And to add insult to injury, we're told a second employee laughed at the way the officer was treated. The uproar was brewing a week ago when a man posted in a community Facebook group saying, "Sometimes I have to check out rumors. Need some help on this one." Rumor has it a St. Cloud Walmart cashier refused to ring up the purchase of one of our police officers. And the responses poured in. One woman writing, "I hope this did not happen." Another one assuming it was a bad joke. Followed by word that people had seen it happen. That poster saying, "I really hope someone didn't do that." Later, a friend of the officer involved joined the thread to say it's true. When questioned, she mentioned the friendship, and that's when this woman asked her to apologize to the officer on her behalf. She replied by saying the incident certainly doesn't reflect everyone in St. Cloud. And finally, this post saying, "It's not right. This person will constantly do stuff like this if action is not taken." And action may be coming after all. I did reach out to Walmart's corporate offices. Here's what they had to say. Quote, "This is an unfortunate situation, but we cannot comment on an active HR investigation." Well, I will be following up to find out what happens to those employees.
Now, understand that thankfully most of the public responded quite well in favor of the officer, which is awesome. But again, why is it about race? And why is it about the police? Why can't we all just be one nation united under God? I leave you with that tonight, America. I'm leaving it a shorter episode because I was late and because Brian may have something planned that I don't know about. He hasn't told me he has, and he hasn't told me he hasn't. So I'm running it this way. It's a shorter episode. I want to say one thing. God bless America. We have a choice between right and wrong every day. Those who don on their uniform have the same choice. Join them, support them, love them, be behind them 100%. If you can't be behind them, then leave our nation for another nation that doesn't care. I don't know, maybe Kim Jong-un's country in North Korea? Sound pretty good to me. Love you, America. We've got this. We can make a change. We have to change. We don't have any more time. We're at the crossroads between insanity and destruction, and a lot better things to come. Good night, America, and God bless.